Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. I thought that instead of talking about like physical health stuff, I'm actually gonna flip it and talk about mental health. So for those of you that have been subscribed to my channel for quite some time, know that this was my phrase of the year last year. It was called Protect Your Peace. I bought this from Coffee Monster's Co. It's a pin. I also bought her bag that has Protect Your Peace. And I I think I got the sticker too. I think I got the die cut. I'm not sure. But I came across a video that I was watching from one of the people that I'm subscribed to, and they're a journaler, they're a planner. Their content is planning. And I saw a comment made and it said, I believe everyone in the planner community has a severe mental illness, because she was talking specifically about the planner hopping, and that is a severe mental illness, and that because some people do it, then everybody in the community is severely mentally ill. How uneducated. That statement is completely uneducated and utterly ridiculous, and is actually just very cruel to make such a statement like that. And I thought, oh my goodness, if that was on my channel, I would have probably been ruder. I probably would have just been like, you know what? I probably would have blocked the person. But she was called out for what she said by the person of the channel. I didn't say anything because I'm not going to be an echo chamber on somebody else's channel unless, you know, they wanted me to, or I don't know. So I'm going to talk a little bit about something called feigned ignorance as I show you my weekly. This is the week that I did. Okay, so feigned ignorance. It is called Feigned, feigned, and then ignorance. You can Google that. It is a manipulative tactic that people like to use. And I'm just going to kind of give you an example of what I experienced the past week with about feigned ignorance, and about what you can do about it. So it is a manipulative tactic, though, that people use. They will pretend that they do not know how to do anything. Suddenly, they have to depend on everybody. They don't know how to do anything at all. Things that they used to do, they do not have a reason for not knowing how to do. They just don't want to do it. It's not like, you know, they had a severe brain damage. Like, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about people that have become so dependent on everybody else to do everything for them, where it puts such a disadvantage to the other person, to where the other person is being manipulated. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that as I go through and kind of share my book with you all. To be honest, my daughter came down for vacation, and I spent time with them because it was our Christmas. We got together for Christmas, and I didn't really do a lot of updating in here. So what I did do on my dailies is so I did a lot of that, and then this is the day that they came home, and I was super excited. So they came home on the 8th. I was super excited. They're gone again, and they're going to be stationed in Italy. So it's going to be quite some time before I'll be able to see them again. And my mama heart hurts about that. Like, it really does. And so I'm going to talk about feigned ignorance kind of without giving too much details, because it is just like, I'm back focusing on protecting my peace because this feigned ignorance. So somebody else knew that my daughter was going to be visiting and wanted to go ahead and make plans with us 2 months before she actually visited. And we were like, that's great. Go ahead and make plans with us. Let's make sure that we get plans made, because usually when these people make plans with us, we pick them up. Like, we drive and we pick them up and then bring them to our home. It takes a total of like 6 hours to do that, just because it is and it's something that And again, it is feigned ignorance. Suddenly they've used GPS for years and suddenly they don't want to, or they just don't understand it anymore. They don't understand how to use GPS and they don't want to learn. They don't want us to teach them. So that is one of the things that I noticed. And so when I'm going to just kind of like tell the story. I have to tell the story because the way that it went about, you'll understand exactly. You'll start understanding it. So, okay. So that was on the 8th week. This person knew that my daughter was home and said nothing to us. And we were like, she wanted to make plans earlier. She never did. So we thought that they just weren't going to visit. And so I kind of like had busy days because I was dealing with my daughter and granddaughter, and it was different because it was out of my routine and I couldn't just come upstairs and do a video. Like, I thought that would be rude. I really just loved having my family over. Friday we went out and did a little bit of shopping, and then we got hit with a snowstorm on Saturday, I think. Everybody got hit with a snowstorm. Even down in New Mexico, they got hit with snow. So that was my granddaughter's first snow day, and Grandpa took her outside. I ended up putting like my cabin socks on her because we had to get her boots and she had a coat, and I put my scarf on her. Oh my goodness, she's just so adorable. She's 2. So you can just imagine. And then I put my cabin socks on her and they went all the way up her arms. And they're thick wool. They're real wool, so they're really thick and they kept her really warm. And she stayed outside for like an hour. They made a snowman, they threw snowballs, and they wrote their name in the snow. It's so cute. I got pictures and everything. And then that was the day that my granddaughter said, Grammy, I know what we can do. We can make pink cupcakes. So of course I'm going to make pink cupcakes with her. So I let her do the mixing, like I guided. She's 2, but I let her do pretty much everything. I let her frost them with a spoon. I let her put the sprinkles on. I let her, beside from baking, I cleaned up and I told her to go see her mom while I put them in the oven because I didn't want her near the oven. But this is before the feigned ignorance comes into play. So then pictures got posted to social media on this day, not by me, but by somebody else. And that person saw it and said, oh my goodness, I need to be there. I need to go. I need to see you. I need to be there and see her. But once again, these people have us driving, and I'm thinking, I am not going to take time away from my family that I'm visiting with to go then pick you up because you failed to make plans with us before this happened. You failed to have made the plans. Like, it would have been so much easier had we have made plans the week before to get you down into the hotel, which is near where we live, because that's where they stay. So you failed to make those plans. So now we are spending our time. And I told my husband, please don't go pick them up. I mean, I don't want you out there. I don't want the wasted money. I don't want, like, this is something that should have been planned and was talked about being planned, but wasn't planned. So he said, don't worry, I'm not going to go pick them up. If they want to come over, they're going to have to drive themselves. So my husband spent 4 hours on the phone trying to guide them because they just do not listen to him. And everything's always his fault, or everything's my fault, or everything is somebody else's fault except for theirs. So finally, they got to the hotel. The consensus was that because they came in on a Sunday, they would stay at the hotel, they would eat their dinner, and then Monday, they would be in the hotel. Okay, let me go to my page. Okay. So I'm almost on the week. So yeah, I'm on this week. So Monday they would go to the hotel, or Monday they would stay at the hotel till my husband got out of work, and then they wanted to actually take us out to dinner. And my husband wasn't sure if we could go out to dinner because of the toddler, and wasn't sure how she was going to do, and maybe it would be best to bring dinner to our home. So that's kind of the goal plan of what was going to be. So I got a call on Monday. I can't turn the page yet because it will give away what happened. So I got a call Monday, and these people, they didn't know how to get around. Remember, the hotel's around the corner from us. They don't know where anything is. So they called me. Can we take you out to breakfast? But we need you to pick us up. So I'm thinking, all right, let me ask the girls if that's what they want to do. So the girls were like, yeah, we'll do that. And so give us time to get ready. Okay, I told them to give us time to get ready because I didn't know where people were at in their showers and they're getting ready. It was early in the morning. So we ended up like heading out around 10 o'clock in the morning. And I was on my way to pick them up, and I told my kids, I said, go ahead and text this person that we're on our way. That way they can meet us in the parking lot, basically, because I'm not going in carrying bags. I'm not doing any of that. They can meet us in the parking lot, and if they want to go, they can follow me. So we end up getting in the mother of all car accidents. We got hit by a car who was going very, very fast, who fled past a stop sign. And instead of hitting the brake, they gunned the gas. And we were T-boned to where I was driving up this way. The car that hit us is in red. Went through the stop sign and hit me. And I did not have any stop signs or anything. It was just one way. And he was on a side street, like a small street. It wasn't even an intersection. It was like, well, I guess it was. It was like a T intersection. But I thought we were going to flip over because we started to pick up, like he picked up our vehicle and our vehicle was spinning like this. And we ended up like this into the opposite traffic on the opposite lane. There is a hill right here that cars can't see us coming and they're going to hit me. So I'm calling 911 and I am just in tears at this point. All I could think about was hearing the screams of my granddaughter in the back. And she was just screaming. She was terrified of what happened. And she just turned 2. So if you can think about somebody at that age, and everybody was like, where are my glasses? I can't see. Glasses were thrown in the trunk of the vehicle. I have an SUV. The glasses were in the trunk in a pocket. Of all places, how it landed there, it like made the basket. I have no idea. Phones were lost. My phone thankfully was attached to my bag. It was attached. Do you remember that sling bag I showed a few weeks ago? It was in that bag that was attached to my body. It was zipped up. So it was easier for me to grab my phone because I knew exactly where it was at. Well, I didn't at first. My mind was so confused. But I finally made the connection. I grabbed it. I dialed 911 and I described what happened. And I kept saying, please come, please, because I'm afraid we're going to get hit again. Like I'm afraid because of where our car landed, we're going to get hit in the opposite direction of traffic. And then we're going to get hurt again. And so they ended up coming. I was on the phone. I looked back at my records and I was on the phone for 4 minutes. And I kept telling him, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Can you please speak up? I cannot hear you at all. It was like my brain struggled for days, for over a week. My brain struggled with memory, time. Every day after that I woke up, I kept thinking it was the day after the accident. So 4 days would go by. I kept thinking I woke up on a Tuesday. I kept thinking every day was always Tuesday. The weirdest feeling, I don't know what happened. I don't know why. I declined care for myself on this day. So anyways, my husband was contacted. He knew exactly where we were at because I told him where we were at. I told him the girls were being taken by ambulance and to please contact the person at the hotel because they need to know that where we were and they were like down the street from us. So please come. Like I need support. I need you to come. So they were told that we were in an accident and I end up calling them after it goes quiet and I don't see them come. I ended up calling them and I asked, can you please drive down to this street in this intersection to please come get me so I can get to the hospital to be with my kids because I don't want to be taken by ambulance. And they said, oh, we went to breakfast. we are sitting down eating right now. It just got brought to the table. And so give us 15 minutes to eat and then I'll call you later. Okay, this is Feigned Ignorance. Remember, they didn't know how to get to the place, but suddenly they just can find the place and go to breakfast. Suddenly, they suddenly know how to do that. Out of the blue, they suddenly know where they're going. So she gets on the phone with me and she calls. It's a her and a him. So really, I just don't even care at this point. And they call me and they say, "Where are you?" And I say, "Go back to your hotel so that I can give you directions from there." "Well, I'm lost. I don't know where I'm at. I don't know where I'm at around here. I'm on this street and this street." I don't even know how to tell her how to get to my house because I just moved here. I've never been in this area before. I don't even know the street names. All I know is that that hotel that you were on is down the street from where I had the accident. So please go back to your hotel so I can tell you how to get to where I'm at. Take a left at the light. Just go to your hotel and then take a left at the dang light. And then that street that you're on is the street I'm on. Like, go. You'll see flashing vehicles. Do you see the police? And so finally I was picked up and I asked, "Can you please take me to the hospital?" Nope. They did not want to take me to the hospital. They did. One did not want to go. One wanted to sit back at my house and watch TV. So I had to take that person to my house to watch TV and get that all set up before I could even see if my kids were okay. And then the other person was like, "I don't want to drive. I don't know where I'm at. I can't drive. I don't want to do this. Makes me drive." And I was just in an accident and I didn't want to drive. I did not want to get in that car. I was like, but what led me to just doing it was my kids were in the hospital and I needed to get to them. And that's all I could think was I needed to get to them. I needed to get to them. And so I told this person, I said, "I don't know how to get to the hospital either." The police officer told me what the name of it was, and he told me you can just find it really easy on maps. He helped me do it when we were at the scene. Um, and so I had it like in the history of my maps. And so I bring up my maps and my map, and for those that know that Apple Maps, they kind of tell you before you turn left, they tell you the light ahead. At the next light, turn left. Go through this light, and then at the next light, turn left. So like the instructions are very, very clear. And so I said to this person, I said, "You need to get out your phone and get out your Maps app." "Oh, I don't have the app." I said, "Yes, you do. It automatically was already given to you when we got you your phones last month." Um, well, I don't know how to use it. Very simple. Type it in. Type in the name. Say you want to go to X hospital, type in the name. So you don't have to have you don't have to know where they're at. If you want to go to Taco Bell, type in Taco Bell. Like seriously, that's all you do. It's super easy. And she'll tell you how to get there. And then you press go. And you go. Oh my gosh. Um, and so I lost my it was in my vehicle, my disability sticker thing, my permanent disability sticker thing. So I was in a different car that didn't have that. So I can't park in a disability handicap spot because I don't have my sticker. So I'm thinking, "Oh my goodness, we're going to have to walk." And she goes, "Oh, no, 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 we're not going to have to walk. I need to be dropped off at the front doors." So I drop her off at the front doors and I'm like, "I guess I'll just walk. I guess I'll just walk it. It'll take me a while." Because I walk about a third of the pace of what normal people can walk just because of my previous spinal cord injury. And I didn't have my walker with me, so it took a lot longer. When I got into the hospital, the ER, like I had to, like, everything revolved around this person. Everything that was done at the hospital revolved around this person and what this person wanted. Instead of just being there to support somebody else, it was about them. So that is why I am like, this is ridiculous. I wasn't even supposed to be on the road. But what really, really makes me mad, and I don't know if it's a part of feigned ignorance, but what pisses me off the most is when, after we dropped off the other person to watch TV, they said, It was meant to be that we were supposed to be here. God said it was meant to be that we were supposed to be here, because if we weren't here this weekend with you, then how would you have gotten to the hospital? Silence. Like, seriously. I can't believe the level of entitlement this creates. This takes away all self of, like, it takes away all responsibility, to where they're now shifting this onto me. Like, it's my fault. It is my fault. I didn't say it was anyone's fault. An accident is an accident. The only person who was at fault was the guy who hit me. Nobody else is saying nothing. So why was that even mentioned to me? Sorry, it is called Feigned Ignorance. So yeah, I was in the hospital on this day. This is when my kids were in the hospital. And it was just so ungodly overwhelming that I found the sticker is overwhelmed. Isn't it really cute? I put that in. So we decided, like my husband and I decided, and I'm really thankful that my husband sees this, that my husband decided that they are not going to just come over anymore. We're not going to allow it. We're not going to encourage it. We're not going to help. We're not going to do anything to help them get over to where we live. If we want to visit them, and that's an if, we will just go on our own. And it will probably be once a year. It's not going to be several times a year. It's probably going to be just once a year. And honestly, I'm putting up my walls. I'm putting up my protect my peace again. I am making a stand. I'm not going to tolerate that behavior. And so that is feigned ignorance. And my car's probably going to be totaled out. I have a back injury. My daughter and I ended up hiring a lawyer for our personal pain and suffering claim, which I didn't want to do, but I felt like I was pressured into doing it because of the way that his insurance was treating us. And I was not at fault for any of it. I was not cited. I did not pay anything. Like, seriously, it was the fault of somebody who just needs a little bit more education on how to drive. And we looked into it, and this person has been into 3 auto accidents in the past 4.5 years that they were completely at fault for all of them. At that point, you just need to stay off the road. Like, I'm so thankful the baby was in the back, rear facing in the middle. That's all I can say. Like, I kept waking up. So every day, this is the day it happened on a Monday. So every day that I woke up from this day, I kept thinking it was Tuesday. I kept thinking that this day was Tuesday. This day was Tuesday. I kept thinking every morning when I woke up, I kept thinking it was Tuesday. Why that happened, I don't know. I don't remember hitting my head. Now, my other daughter, slammed her face into something, and we have no idea how things got thrown around. I mean, I guess it's probably all the spinning, and I'm so thankful we were not upside down. I am so thankful for that. But we did have injuries, and it's the first time I've ever been in a car accident like that as a driver, and I didn't know what to do. I was like, I'm sorry, I don't know what to. Even the officer would ask me what my kids' middle names were, and I couldn't say it. I was drawing blanks. I didn't know their middle names. Now I know their middle names, but it's just that shock part. So that's feigned ignorance, and that is kind of what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about mental health. And do I think that people have a mental, like that rude person that was mentioned on that video? Like, I think everybody who plans has a severe mental illness. Well, you can think that all you want. That doesn't make it true. And I don't think they do. I think a lot of people who journal have a lot of, I think it's good to journal, and I think it actually helps get it out. Like, I was so frustrated about the accident that I took it to my journal. It's so much more easier to take it to your journal and vent into your book. Now it's okay to stand up for yourself as well. Like, it is okay. at one point, if I am pushed to my limit, I'm going to say, listen, this ends here and this ends now. And I will not take this anymore. I will not put up with this anymore. And the ignorance feigning is going to stop because it is fake and it is not real. And like, yes, that is what's going to happen. So I am back at Protect Your Peace. I know this video is a little bit different from what I always make. I always try to be very positive and uplifting. And for the most part, I think that I am. But there's other things, though, that I know that are people who do journal, a lot of them could be victims of a crime or victims of, or they have a lot of trauma that they need to get out. And some of these may be stuck in people that have behaviors like this. And if you don't recognize it, if you're always put like, oh, suddenly they don't know how to do anything, like suddenly really they don't even, like, how do they eat? How do they get dressed? How do they do anything? How do they do everything else? But when it comes to doing anything with us, they don't know how to do anything. And we have to do everything for them. Like, how does that happen? It's called feigned ignorance, and it is a very, very manipulative tactic that people with real mental health issues do to other people. And it's really important to identify it, so that way you can stand up for yourself and make your boundaries. Making boundaries and not accepting them is totally and completely the healthy thing for you to do. And if you lose people over that, so be it. They didn't deserve to be in your life anyways. Let them go. Let them go. So that is, this is like what happened, or is this, yeah, this is this week. I keep thinking it's Tuesday. I'm so sorry. My brain is just like, I'm like, wait, I have a therapy appointment. I better get off the phone. No, I don't. That already happened. Today is Thursday. I have to wake up every morning now and tell myself what day it is so that I have a memory of it. So I'm going to go ahead and write in here with my marker that I did a YouTube video. And I did make a video yesterday because I saw Nessie Plans, and she was just talking about doing hand lettering. And I remember when I was at that stage where she is at, where I watched a couple of videos on how people did different headers and how helpful it was to me. So I did a video on headers, and it was really supposed to be just for her. Like, I was going to make a video and send it to her through Instagram, but I don't even know if I could send a video that long. And then when I realized that it was taking me a long time, this was the one I did. So, I just did it for YouTube and was, because I knew she was going to end up watching it anyways. But yeah, I just wanted to help give ideas and things that can look nice in your book. And here's an idea. I didn't even think I showed you the idea of what I did, because I made different headers. Hold on a second. Let me flip through this really quickly. Because there are days when I made different types of headers and put them all together, kind of like this. And so you can see a lot of different things, and I think it looks really good. So you don't always have to have stickers to make it beautiful. You can do your own lettering. There was another, there's like more of it, but yeah, like this. I did a lot of those little stitch kind of marks. I did all caps and then cursive. I did the shadowing right here. So yeah, I did a bunch of different things, and I didn't really have to use a kit or anything because that's all kind of what I did. So anyway, I wanted to share that because I thought that that would be really helpful. So it's called Feigned Ignorance, and stand up for yourself. Don't let anybody manipulate you to that point where you feel like every time you have a gathering with them, you're always overwhelmed afterwards and you're super stressed out. Like, they stress you out more than the stress level that you should have. Like, that's not healthy for you to be in that situation. And that's not love. It's not love. So, feigned ignorance. And I thought, it happened to me. and I'm going to stand up. I'm putting back up my walls and putting up, no, not my walls. I'm putting up my boundaries. They're going to be respected or they're not going to be in my life. And that's kind of what it is. So thank you guys for watching and thank you for letting me vent. It did help. So I hope you guys all have a wonderful week and I'll see you in the next video.